I need my working space. A chef needs his space. So we can use those containers if we ever go to that store. Remember the one that you get honey or oil, and then you bring your own container. I need to cut the bread. Turn the grill on. So I need to cut the bread first. Then I will cut the onions, and then I'll start cooking.
You have lunch tomorrow.
Fluffy has lunch tomorrow. Get ready. I need a small towel, Fluffy. Do we have a small one? What's up, Mark? Fluffy's already digging into the snacks.
Thank you. Did you put that should be your
Let's see.
lunch tomorrow?
And boom. So Fluffy's already digging in. I am getting all the stuff ready. Fluffy said she's gonna eat that for lunch. She said she has lunch now. We're gonna be starting. Look what we have. Here is. This is gonna be our yogurt sauce. We don't have mayo, but we have a yogurt sauce.
Hey! I didn't know this is two.
Let me try it. Very interesting.
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 We have that. Let me cut the bread. So do you know what we should have put in that? We should have put this.
What's that? No, maybe we could put after.
After?
I'm excited for lunch tomorrow.
Fluffy is excited for lunch tomorrow. Let me cut the bread for our buns. Figure out how I'm gonna open up this damn bread. There we go. There we go. Here's gonna be our buns. Let me get my knife out. Where's my good knife? There we go. We'll trim a little of this piece that I don't really use this. We use this for the spare piece, but for buns, we want a nice thick piece. There we go. That would be one part of the bun. It's a little thick. I don't want it that thick, but what are you gonna do? There we go. Now there is our homemade, well, rustic. We'll call it rustic. We won't call it homemade. We'll call it rustic. I'll do the thinner breads. So we have that. We're gonna put the bread over here for now. Let me get the onion. I guess we're gonna cook the whole onion or what, Fluffy?
Huh?
How much of the onion am I gonna cook?
Maybe 2 slices or 3 slices. 2 slices because it's like grilled onion.
2 slices. There we go. We're gonna go with that. That's gonna be good for me, I think. take the skin off. Fluffy, you're not supposed to be snacking before eating. Someone tell Fluffy not to snack before eating. At least my eyes are not watering from the onions. So, do you have the recipe of your bread? This is not it's not a homemade bread, unfortunately. The cheesecloth we got from a baby store. It was called Baby Cloth, just the same. We did not make the bread. We got it from Moon Milk. But it's unsliced ciabatta bread, and I just sliced it. So everything else, I just sliced this, but it's not homemade bread, so I can't take credit for that. But let me put these onions over here. Let me take this. We should be getting everything else. I guess we could start the grill. We're gonna start the grill up. Let's do this, guys. We've never used this. I have never used this. Fluffy did not give me a lot of space to work with. Here, we just literally bought this. Let me plug. How does this go in here?
What's the plug?
Okay. It's a regular plug, Fluffy. I don't even know what we're supposed to turn this up to. We'll try at something like 3 or 4. So we're gonna let this heat up, and then we'll do things in step. Street dogs? I don't see big street dogs. No. We will see dogs every once in a while, but not like Bali. When I was in Bali in 2014, I did see a lot more dogs. I kind of know what you guys are talking about, but I don't see that the same here. No. So, oh wow, Fluffy, it's already heating up.
What's the temp?
I put it at 4. We'll see. And we'll show you guys where we're waiting for that to get heated up. Fluffy, you didn't show me all that Mark gave us.
Yeah, I told you that should be your thumbnail.
There's that, and I think Fluffy put some of it in the freezer. This is the beans. Did you put the other in the freezer? Yeah, she put the rest in the freezer. We don't notice the dogs here, so... Wow, Fluffy, this thing's already hot. This thing, I can feel it radiating.
You didn't put out the chicken.
Let me do everything in stages, Fluffy. I don't like to have everything a mess. I'll pull the chicken out at the end. I'm going to do the buns first, and then I'll put the onions, and then the chicken. Ooh, you know what I need? I need to get the... Fluffy, how am I going to cook the fries?
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't have a pot. You guys can see this kind of smoke. Let me turn this down a little bit. Let me turn this down to 3. We'll put a little butter on here. And this thing is hot fast. This thing is hot quick. Let's see. What I like about this is not like a small pan, so we could do a lot of this all at once.
All at once.
Sophie, everything is not a song.
Everything is not a song.
I really like this already. I like how much I can cook.
I like it. I like it. I really, really like it. I wanted to show you. know, I'll eat it tomorrow, Mark. I'll eat it tomorrow. I open it. Yes, Timmy. Hi, Timmy. Mark, tomorrow I actually open it before I place it in the fridge, and it smells good. I thought I'm thawing it overnight, and then I'll heat it tomorrow. Will doesn't eat seafood, but I'll eat seafood.
I'll eat the beans.
Yeah. Oh, you'll eat the beans?
Yeah, I'll eat beans. If you when
Do you
make
put
some
rice on the beans?
I will.
Yeah. We
I'll eat that. I'll make a grilled.
Timmy.
I'll make a grilled cheese sandwich and I'll eat some beans with it.
I like it. I like it. I really, really like it. Yeah.
Can you put this away? It smells just like you, the onion.
Smell. Smell my armpit. It doesn't smell like.
I think I'm gonna have some rice and beans with a grilled cheese sandwich tomorrow.
Oh, I like that.
What?
Me, I'm thinking like we still have some what do you call this? Cheese. No, the pizza dough. Maybe I'll dip some but I like it with rice. Oh yeah. I'm excited for lunch tomorrow. Seafood. All the food he can see. Timmy, I know you miss me already. You miss the naan. Mark mentioned an app, and then you can select. I open it earlier, and then you can select a sport, and then you can talk to people. So there's like golf, and then pickleball, and then tennis. You can it's like a forum for sports, and then you can chat and like play together.
I don't really notice anything bad about the roads here. The heat's really heating up, but I just don't see it cooking that. It's not toasting that.
Oh, you have to put something here.
Yeah, when we get oil. Yeah, that's for the chicken.
You might forget, and then
I
I
might
will clean it
Again.
again. How's USA, Timmy boy?
I'm not allergic, but I am terrified of even if Fluffy has seafood and it touches my food just a little bit, I get the same feeling that you get about the texture. So.
I'm excited for my seafood and beans tomorrow. Oh, we still have rice, right?
I have no clue, Fluffy.
Ooh. I'm excited. I opened the tub. I opened the container earlier. It smells good, Mark. We'll have that for lunch tomorrow.
I've never used this grill, so we will see. We will see.
Mmm. It smells good. I opened it earlier.
Yeah, I like these chicken sandwiches, and we got this griddle, so it's a perfect time to do both. Plus, remember, today was a holiday. So supposedly it's a holiday.
It's so funny to sing all the songs. All the words Will says. Holiday.
Yeah, these are cooking up pretty good. Texas. Yeah, Ashley, you were in here earlier.
Someone who was from Texas at Moon Milk, right?
Yeah, Wallace.
Wallace.
Maybe you know Wallace.
Who?
Ashley, she's from Texas. Maybe she knows Wallace.
Fluffy, Texas is so big. You know that.
Doesn't the connective wire have a temp gauge on it? Yeah, it has like numbers. I have it almost all the way up. It just feels like some parts are getting more cooked than others. Like this side is getting done pretty good. So what I'm thinking is certain parts of this, see? So look at this side. But this side is pretty cooked. So I think there's certain hot zones on this. There we go. So there's certain hot zones on this. I don't remember. I didn't ask him. I should have asked him. I did not ask him.
So what?
What part of Texas? But see, look, this side you guys can kind of see that this side, look, these were actually put on first and they're thinner, but this one is actually almost done. So, Fluffy, I need a towel. All chefs need a towel. Where?
In front of you.
And then, Fluffy, how did you do that?
Fluffy, the other oil is here.
That doesn't look too good too. Yeah.
Are you guys watching series? Do you guys know the HBO popular series lately, The White Lotus? Harlan.
Harlan. I'm not from Texas, but I used to live in San Antonio.
Who's pregnant? Oh, Ashley with the triplets. Hey, Ashley. You know, when there's like a show at Nickelodeon. It's called All That, and then they have a segment. It's like a kids show. It's like Saturday Night Live, but it's like kids version, and then it's called All That, and then they have a segment there. It's called Dear Ashley. Dear Ashley, that's me. And then she reads the letter. Dear Ashley.
These are going to be like our homemade fries almost. They're like a thin cut potato. And I really like these. These crisp up pretty good. So we're going to make the chicken sandwich and we're going to make some homemade, I don't know what to call them. I used to call them like a homemade potato round or potato circles. This is probably going to be almost good. There we go. So this is getting pretty crisp. We will. Wow. I'm going to take these off in just a second. I'm going to turn the oil. We're going to do some deep fried potatoes. Those potatoes will be cooked in here. I wish we would have had some more oil, but it doesn't look like we are. So don't get mad if they don't come out extra crispy. Almost. There we go. I think 4 is going to be a good level to keep these on. I think 4. We'll give these just a couple more seconds. And then we'll break the onions out. And then we'll break the chicken out. That's the big main event. This is just the bread so far. This is just our buns. This is just the buns, guys. So don't get in a rush. Hold your buns. I've been really not wanting to use oil. I've been really not wanting to use oil. I've been using this instead. But we do not have enough of this. I've been using the pork fat. I make my own from the bacon. I make the pork fat. I've been really trying to stay away from oil. You guys tell me, stay away from the vegetable oils. It's so bad for you. So I've been trying to stay away from that. But there's no other way. You guys tell me I can make the fries in the air fryer, but the problem is they just don't taste the same. Wow, this toast is extra nice and hot. So there is that. Now what we're gonna do is add some butter. We'll add some butter over here. We'll add a good amount.
You know what? The next thing that we should do is butter. Since we have the what do you call that?
What do you call that?
The cheesecloth.
Ooh, the cheesecloth. So now we're gonna just take up some onions. I love grilled onions on my stuff. So I'm just gonna take some onion wedges or onion rings, literally. We're gonna put that on there. Flour. That's exactly what we needed. We were this close to buying baking soda and flour today. We were that close. Fluffy, we almost bought flour a couple times
Yeah,
today.
but what will you use it for?
You always can use flour for something. We could have floured up this chicken and made a fried chicken sandwich.
But why are we eating fried chicken sandwich?
That would be really good. A fried chicken sandwich. We'll put a little bit of this butter because we are going to put the chicken down.
Maybe I make my dessert today.
What dessert? What dessert, Fluffy?
I know you like me as dessert.
I don't really have a way to spread this, but here's what we're going to do.
See, I still have this batter.
Sorry, missed the cheese curds did not work good. Our yogurt turned out awesome, but not the cheese curds. Lovey, where's the chicken?
Under the...
It's in here.
Yeah. Eh!
So we're gonna cook. Okay, there's all this chicken juice. Let me try to figure out how I'm gonna do this.
There's no salt and pepper.
I know. Can you get that? Can you put some salt on this right before I place it on there? Just okay. Okay. We'll salt that side. Fluffy, you didn't cut this.
I didn't.
Look.
Here.
I can't properly do it. Look. So if you hit this one with a little salt, hold on, let me get it flat.
Did you know that the higher you put salt, the more it spreads? Like, it should be really high.
Yes, Fluffy. Hit this one?
Hit it, like, slap it with it?
Yeah, Fluffy, slap it. Hit some on that little part down there. The little, this part. Here.
Smells good, Marie.
Smells good.
How about pepper?
We'll put the pepper on later. Let's let that cook. The chicken is very thin, but it's looking nice. Could you use that flour after you made the chicken to make some good old gravy? Yeah, flour always comes in handy. We just didn't buy any. We were gonna buy baking soda and flour, but we did not. Put a little salt
I
on the onion.
did.
You didn't tell me that, puppy. There we go.
More adventure. 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 Thank you, Mark.
It doesn't seem like it's sizzling that high.
Please like and subscribe to our channel.
Hold on.
Please hit the likes button.
I
We
feel
only
like
have
sometimes it
7
goes
likes.
on and off. Maybe I don't have it plugged in enough. We'll see. Yeah, I feel like it wasn't plugged in enough or something. Because look at how loud it is now. So I feel like it was not plugged. Now I can hear it sizzling. That's probably why the tofu. Could use that flour, not just travel advice, but I'm leaning towards how to cook. I love to cook, man. In the USA, cooking is a huge benefit because cooking is actually much, much cheaper than going out. Now out here, cooking usually isn't that much cheaper. But out here, back in the USA, yes. I hate this stupid pepper shaker. You gotta do this about 800 times before you even get a little bit of a flake. It's definitely grilling up now. I don't think that thing was plugged in enough. That's exactly why the bread wasn't cooking up that fast. But let's try to turn this. Oh yeah.
That's enough.
Sure, Fluffy. Here we go. Look at this. Look at the onion. See, that grilled onion is coming out pretty nice.
Smells good.
Now I think the chicken is probably ready to be flipped. Let's flip this bad boy over. Which one looks probably, we're gonna let that go a little more. I like a little char to my chicken.
But if you want the grill Mars, you can.
Yeah. And we also have a yogurt sauce. Ooh, I guess I could dump I could do the potato rings now. I think this is probably almost ready. Here we go, guys. Look, here we go.
Troll.
Huh?
Troll.
That's okay. Oh, that one. What we'll do is we'll drop this into the oil. Fry these bad boys up. We'll have to do probably 2 batches. This is 1 potato, guys. So this is 1 potato, and it's probably gonna get enough for both of us. It looks like salmonella. Well, if you don't cook it long enough, that's what it will be. Yeah, it looks like it works good. We'll see. We'll see when it flips over and everything. It looks like it works good, but I mean, it's just a skillet. So I mean, it's a very simple technology, but it looks like it works good. I don't want to crowd this pan too much. We're gonna do this in 2 batches, I guess. We'll put 2 more little pieces in there. But yeah, it looks like it works pretty good. But see, it's not sizzling up again. But the light is definitely still on. It feels like it, when I'm cooking, it feels like it has some hotter spots on here. I gotta learn where those are. Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, I'm gonna start yelling at Fluffy. I'm gonna say, how dare you cook that? But if you guys notice, every like minute or two, this stuff will, I think that's what it does. I think it's turning on and off. I think it is turning on and off. Because now, look, you'll see the steam, and then it, like in a minute, it kind of dies down.
I feel like if it gets too hot, it...
But I like it when it cooks hot. That's the thing. We got everything going on over here. We got that. The potatoes are cooking. I'm going to turn this fan on. I like that grilled onion right there. You guys know I like grilled onion. Quick recipes. I love quick recipes. You're just like me. I love doing like 2-ingredient, 3-ingredient dinners. So here's the onions. The onions are practically done.
Watching a movie, 29th Century. You guys know that?
Nobody knows that.
29th Century?
Okay, so that's done. See, now I can tell that the stove is turning off. So we're just gonna flip this. Oh yeah, this is plenty for 2 people. This is actually gonna be too much for both of us. I'm gonna try to set this up here. Yeah, man, this chicken part right here is going to be... I think we're going to have this one as a leftover. Yeah, she's just over there. She's not even on the freaking grilling or chilling. So we're waiting on these as well. Here's what we have done so far. The buns are grilled up. The onions are grilled up. We're just going to wait for these to finish. And then our chicken, let me add a little salt to this side. You guys want to salt your stuff up? Yeah, we will do the cheese at the end. We'll definitely do the cheese at the end. Usually I look like I wanted all the chicken to get a little brown mark on it, but here's how you can, if you don't have a thermometer, what you could do is if you press on the chicken, we'll show you when it's almost close to being done. If you press on it and it runs clear juice, it's done. I want to get this side a little more charred up. For some reason that side didn't really char up that good. But there we go. See, I like a little bit of color on mine.
Color.
So this chicken is probably nearing its done stage because you guys can see that it's charring up and it's thin. It's very thin.
Whoa.
This is what I use to drain the fries.
She told you can use the... you can start boiling the caramel.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done with dinner. So I almost always used to make these into French fries, but I said, hey, screw it. It's so much easier to just cut them in circles. So I would cut them in like rings. And then they were kind of big, so I just cut them in half. So that's what I've been doing. They taste the same and they're a little bit easier, but we're gonna crisp these up. Not like chips, just like potato, like fries. We're gonna make like fries, but just in a different shape. If you order this for delivery, that's a tough answer because they would not give you a huge piece of chicken like this. You could probably get a chicken sandwich and fries, which will probably be a smaller quantity of fries, a smaller quantity of this, and I'm guessing a chicken sandwich, like the one you guys will see at the end, what it looks like. A chicken sandwich and fries would probably be $150, $180 a person. So this dinner, I'm guessing $250 minimum, $10, 10 US dollars for both of us total. But this one's only going to cost us very cheap. How much do we buy the chicken for, Fluffy? The chicken's definitely under 100,000 because we did not get a kilo, and the chicken's usually like 98,000 a kilo. So I think this chicken's pretty much done. We will do the test in a second. This is probably the thickest piece. And then the bun was really cheap because we bought a whole loaf of the ciabatta bread for like 50 cents. So we're probably going to make this whole dinner. We bought one potato. One potato was like 7,000. So this dinner is probably going to cost us about $3 or $4. And the onion was extremely cheap. Let's test this. So we're gonna test. I'm gonna do the juice test. Yeah, this one's definitely done. Fluffy, which one do you want? Actually, let me cut into this one because it's so big. So we could turn this off. I'm going to add that cheese really quickly. Let me add that cheese. We need a bowl. The cheese is melting. The chicken's practically done. Let's come over here. Okay. Remember, we got one more batch of this. One more batch. Let's try to toss these in really quickly. Try to cook these up pretty quick. And then we'll pull that chicken. The apron on the shoulder, look. This is how a real chef carries it. Because you don't want to be carrying it and looking for it while you're cooking. So you got to keep that on your shoulder. You got to keep that on your shoulder, guys. It's the only way to do it. So this is done. This is done. let's grab. So it's looking pretty good. Look, here we go. The cheese is melted. For you guys that wanted the melted cheese, Fluffy's is over here. I think this one's going to be mine. That's going to be mine. This one I think is going to be Fluffy's with the cheese in the middle. So she does have cheese, but it's in the middle. And I'm going to do one more quick little hack. I'm going to show you guys my hack. It's not really a hack, but because we cooked the bread so early, what I'm going to do, I like to toast my bread, just not to toast it, but just to kind of get it warm again. I like to get it back to that stage. So put a little butter down, and then I just want to kind of bring the toast back to life. Gordon Ramsay would be so proud. Yeah, especially with working with this, man. This is not an ideal setup. This is like an insane, this is considered like a high class setup for Asian style. Like this doesn't exist, an oven doesn't exist. So this is pretty high tech actually. Fluffy, what are we gonna use the yogurt for? Fluffy's gonna use this, I think, for mayo. This is the homemade cilantro yogurt sauce. Garlic cilantro. Remember how we made yogurt? So Fluffy put some garlic, some cilantro, and some salt and some pepper in this. And then I guess she's gonna use this as like a mayo. So let's toss that bad boy in there. Fluffy, did you put pepper in the sauce?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
How old are you? I am 25 and Fluffy is 45. What?
Stop lying.
I am 43. Fluffy is 53. No, Fluffy is almost, how old, Fluffy? 40?
Yeah.
She'll be 40. And I am 43. I am 43. We're just going to just heat this up just a tad. Just a tad. Just to get it kind of back fresh again. But we don't want to overcook this, so we're just barely putting a little butter. And we're just heating this pan, just heating the bread through a little bit. So that's probably good for me. So let's go over here. Here's my, I like the thinner, I'm not a big thick bun kind of guy when I eat burgers or anything like that. So mine is done. And Fluffy's we're just going to hit with a little bit of heat.
Food for thought. Smack you.
Smack you. Maybe you should clear
Will Food Network.
WFN. Did you only use butter? Butter so it wouldn't stick, because I don't know if it would stick. But salt, pepper, butter, and then we're going to use the mayo. So we did use salt, pepper, butter, just some basics. What's up, Danny? You just used a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper for that chicken. I wish what I should have also done was put a little bit of my this is, I don't think this is paprika. I think this is chili powder, but it could be. It's very, very limited on spices that I find in Asia, but let's flip this over. This is almost ready. Fluffy, you already have yours. Yours is ready.
Where?
Yours is this one.
Wow, double downer.
And this is mine. And that is my bread.
Lacking.
That's my bread.
Where's mine?
It's warming up. Here. There's your bread. You do yours, and I will do mine. Fluffy's preparing hers. But the fries are not done yet. Did you want to put some yogurts on that, Fluffy, or where are you going to do? How are you going to do that? Fluffy's going to put yogurt. I'm going to hold off on the yogurt. Stir it, Fluffy. Stir it. Fluffy's going to dip the yogurts. That's what she calls it, yogurts.
No, where's my onion?
Onion is right here. Wow, that one's extra crispy. It looks like 5-star, but the important thing is how does it taste? Tasting and looking are two different things. There's Fluffy's.
It's too much.
I would put one on one side and one on the other side, Fluffy.
What?
I would spread it.
It's too big.
That's what we have. We made that into Greek yogurt. That's homemade yogurt right there. This other batch of fries is almost done. This other one is almost done. Okay, let me turn this off. That is off now. Fluffy is making hers. I'm not sure how it's going to taste with that yogurt sauce though. No clue. That one is mine, Fluffy.
Where's mine?
Yours is, yeah. I want the thinner ones. You get the thicker ones.
Why did you give me?
Because I'm not a thicker bun guy. I like mine tasteable.
Hey, you put more salt.
Of course, because you never put enough salt.
It's salty. Try it.
Hold on, this other batch is almost ready. It's almost like a, the best way I can explain it is like a French onion chip dip. You guys know the French onion chip dips? Mm-hmm. It's almost like that. So this batch is almost done. And then we'll hit this with a little bit of salt, the fries.
Here's my sandwich.
I know, she never likes to cut stuff. I always cut my burger in half. Even my burger, and people say like, why do you cut your burger? I'm like, oh, come on, you gotta cut it. You don't want to be digging all over the place for it. But Fluffy doesn't cut hers. I always cut my burger. Even just like a regular burger, I cut in half. I'm a cutter. There we go. We have that. We'll turn that off. We'll hit this with a little Fluffy. That's extremely hot. Extremely. There we go. Now let me show you guys me making mine really quickly before it. I wonder if should I put the yogurt on mine, Fluffy?
I don't know. Taste it first if you want it on your.
It's fine. Let me hit a little bit of yogurt sauce down here.
I like it with the potato.
Okay. Here's my chicken. I'm going to just do a pinch of salt. Where is the pepper? I'm going to add a little pepper on this one. I wish I could add a lot, but this stupid thing doesn't work that good. Look at that. Look at that. I'm adding a lot of pepper because it's barely coming out. Now here is the grilled onions. I will individually spread these because you do want the onions on every bite. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. There we go. Wipe the hands off. time to go cook my breakfast. Time to order Grab KFC. Man, if you guys would have told me you guys could have ordered this here from me, I would have charged you whatever KFC would have charged you. Look at that. We'll add a little bit more of this sauce on the top on this bun just to maybe not make it so dry. Fluffy, is the potatoes good with the sauce?
Yeah.
Fluffy likes the sauce with this. Here we go. And now, like I said, I'm a cutter. I'm going to cut mine. We still have a good amount of chicken left over, but I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to try. This is what you guys always got to do with your burgers, too. You got to kind of smash them down to get the flavor all in it and not make it so big. Now watch. Do like an angle cut. Not that mom cut in the middle peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let me get my plate out. Let's do this. Let's get the plate out. Fluffy, can you take this? I gotta make my drink too. Now here we go. Let's tell me if this looks good. There we go. Look at that. You know what we should have had, Fluffy? We should have put some cilantro too.
Where? Oh, you want me to wash some?
It's okay. We still have chicken left over. I'll do it next time. We still have chicken left over for tomorrow. I do it next time.
Still?
We still got like 2 pieces of chicken left. So let me put that over here. That pepper shaker is rest in peace. We spent a good amount of money on it and it still does not do that good. I got that. I got the sandwich. We'll give you guys the chicken sandwich camera. We'll give you that while I make my drink real quick. Here we go.
Where's your drink?
I'm making my drink right now, Fluffy. I am making my drink right now. Sea swords, here we go. This is the one that I should have opened up last time, Fluffy. The discount one.
Careful, because that has a
Hole. Let me see if I can Ooh! I almost did it the wrong way. I'm gonna leave that there and you can figure that out. 'Cause I don't want to spill it. I don't want to spill it, Fluffy. There we go. I got all my stuff. Now I'm ready to eat. So here we go. Got my drink. I got my food. Look at Fluffy. Hers is just like a huge sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take it. We got to take a bite first. You know the one thing I missed and I should have told you, I almost told you when you left? Bacon.
No.
Bacon would make it perfect.
I like the bread.
Fluffy likes it, of course, because it's ciabatta bread. Everybody loves ciabatta. Now here's the homemade potato rings. I like these. These are actually, they're basically French fries that are cut into the shape of a circle instead of, I got lazy and didn't want to cut them into fry shapes. Good. And some of these got a little crispy. So these ones will taste like chips. They'll even sound like chips, watch. Let me try this sandwich. I'll give you guys the real lowdown on it. Dal has given it a thumbs up. She's ball. Here we go. Let me wipe this screen off so you guys can get a good... I'll give you guys my honest opinion. I'm always honest, even with my own food. Why is this... Clean this off a little better. So I'll give you guys the honest. I realized the only two things that would make this one better is some red bell pepper, grilled bell pepper, and some bacon. But let me taste. Let me show you guys. And mayo. I really wish we would have got the mayo, but it's okay. Let me take a bite.
It's alright. That's what we say.
Mm-hmm.
You like the sauce?
Mm-hmm. And actually the chicken's not overcooked and not undercooked. It's actually pretty perfect. Let's see. Can you guys see how it's actually cooked perfect? Mm-hmm. I bet you this chicken sandwich is probably as good as anybody on Grab. At a fraction of the price. I don't think I've ever had a chicken sandwich here, though. Fluffy, didn't you have chicken sandwich here?
No.
Bikini Bottom? You know what would be really good would be the chicken strips sandwich.
Where's this sauce?
Now this would be a good sauce with the chicken strips. It would be good. You'd say, hey, can I bring my sauce when I come down there?
I'll do that.
I'm surprised we don't have any people knocking at our door like, hey, can I get a chicken bite? Can I get a sandwich from you guys? Dal.
Do you even know what dal means?
Brother of Ball. I like that griddle. It works good.
I like the sauce. You like the sauce?
Yep. I'm glad you mentioned the sauce. I am glad Fluffy mentioned the sauce, since we have a little bit of that sauce left over from the dumplings. The garlic. I think this was a herb mayo. I'm going to put a little bit of that on mine. And I know that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. Let me try it with the fry first. Fluffy's dropping all over the place. Let me try that. A garlic herb mayo. See, that's the difference. The mayo has a thicker, intense bite. The yogurt, you can add flavors to it, but it just doesn't have that extra kick. Let me do this. Let me add a little bit of this on my sandwich, and I bet you this is going to be awesome. I bet you this is going to be... If this is good, I'm going to start making a herb mayo myself. All we need is a blender, and then I can start making herb mayo.
I like yogurt better than mayo.
Oh, yeah. This is it right here. That is so good. I give this one a thumbs up. Herb mayo. Herb mayo on this is so good, Fluffy. Look, she's dripping it all down her hands. She's staring into space.
I'm watching.
No ketchup this time. Shocking, I always eat my fries with ketchup. But not this time. Oh, I love this one. This is the golden nugget of the potato. It's the end that kind of has that round piece at the end because it's the end. But that one, man, you get that good dipping sauce on there. Look at that. Man, that's good. Well, I wish what we should have done, Fluffy, you should have picked up the beans and rice at the end because then we could have gave Mark some of that chicken. We still have 2 pieces of that chicken, Mark, so if you want some of that chicken, let us know. We still have 2 pieces. Yeah, we have the plastic bottle. That's for drinking water. We do not drink the faucet water. If I was not living in Da Nang, it would probably be Bangkok, unless I found a better city. But I always explain this, the only reason I'm not in Bangkok is because Bangkok is 20 to 30% more expensive than Da Nang, and their visa is much shorter than Vietnam. But I almost like Bangkok as much as I like Da Nang. Yeah, Mark, we still have 2 pieces of chicken. We just don't have any more fries, though. And actually, you seen all these fries that we made? That was 1 potato. 1 medium-sized potato. I think Fluffy really likes this yogurt sauce. Almost throughout all of Asia, most of Asia does not drink tap water. Do you drink tap water in Philippines, Fluffy?
No.
A whole pot. Jeez Louise. Fluffy's gonna eat the stuff in the fridge tomorrow.
With rice. You have rice, right?
I don't make the rice, Fluffy. I don't know how much we have.
I'm gonna store this.
Can we put a little of this on there? I think you'll like that. I like that. I really, really like this one. I'm gonna add a little bit of that in there. I'm gonna start doing a herb mayo. Whenever I get settled and get a nice long contract or something somewhere, I'm gonna buy a blender, and then I'm gonna be the blender king. I'm gonna be making smoothies. I'm gonna be making sauces, soups,
So maybe
stews.
when I go back to Da Nang, you have a restaurant in the
Maybe I start having a restaurant.
already.
And order 2 servings of Bonet. Jeez Louise.
Who did?
Mark's like the Bonet king like me. He's probably the person. Actually, he probably eats more Bonet than me. Let me show you guys. This is now with the herb mayo on it. So this has the herb mayo. Can you guys see? Let's try this one. That sandwich just looks so perfectly done. Mmm.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Fluffy, there's nothing even left on your plate. What happened to your plate? Fluffy has it where she never, ever has anything left on her plate. Like, you don't even need to, she doesn't even need to do dishes because she cleans the plate out so much. I wonder how many people got hungry from watching this live stream. Maybe some people ordered some food too. Mmm. Yeah, Bonet's out here about $1.50 or so. Amazing price. We pay 40,000, so I think 40,000 is like $1.30 or something. Up till a day ago, or about 3 days ago, we would go downstairs. We'd take the elevator, and in the downstairs elevator floor, they sold the water. So we would just go down there and pay them, and just put the water on our arm and get back on the elevator. But now it's Otis Mart. Otis Mart is about 15 feet further now, but they're charging almost double. So instead of 30,000, it's like 50,000. So actually, Fluffy once again went out today twice and didn't get the phone number for the delivery service. Mmm. 20K, that's the best deal I've ever seen. I haven't seen any for lower than 30. I don't know where you get yours. You need to tell me where you get yours. Because we get ours for 30,000. And most people we know pay 35 or 50. But even if you go to all these little convenience stores, they're always at least 30. Where do you get your water for 20? Fluffy, he said he gets his water for 20,000.
Where?
I don't know. Seymour. Mmm. I really like that herb mayo. The herb mayo makes it. Suntraw. Do you get it or do they deliver it though? If they deliver it, maybe I'll order. So I'm guessing. Let me see. The fries cost us 8,000. The chicken cost us. I'm gonna guess about 60.
The lime earlier at the bowl.
I'm guessing the chicken cost us about 60 because it wasn't a kilo. So I'm gonna say 60 for the chicken, which we still have 2 pieces left over. 60,000. The potato was 7,000. Let's just call it 10. So 70. The bread, the whole loaf was 12,000, and we only used a quarter, so let's call that 80,000. The onion was 7,000. We didn't use all that, so 90. So realistically, our dinner tonight was probably 100,000. So our dinner was $4 total for the both of us. So basically, that dinner that you've seen us eat was probably $2 US per person. $2. Yeah, ours is 30K. Ours has always been 30,000, our water, but the problem is they've been doing it for 1.5 years downstairs, our apartment, right? And just like 2 days ago, they said they stopped doing it. And Fluffy was supposed to find out the delivery number, but we haven't found it out yet. Oh, surprise. We've always paid 30. The only time we paid more than 30, watch, I'll show you guys. Oh, no. They jacked it. This is our other bottle. So they jacked us up to 35. We had to get one of these because there was no other cheap one in our place. So we had to pay 50. Some people do get the purifiers, but I just kind of don't trust them. Plus, I don't want to. If we move, what am I going to do with it? If we move, what am I going to do with the purifier? I don't really want to pack it up and move it. So, I don't even know how. Actually, this is probably bad, and you probably shouldn't do it. But I was thinking about boiling the tap water and then just doing that because I heard a lot of locals do that, but I don't know how bad or good it would be. Yeah, I'm on the spectrum. But remember, so if you guys get pinned for a troll comment, don't delete it. Because if you delete it, you get automatically kicked. So, Aisha, if you delete your message, you will get permanently kicked. Because we love to post the trolls' comments right there so everybody that comes in gets to see it. So if you guys want to make a troll comment, be prepared to have it posted and read by everybody here. And if you delete it, it's an automatic lifetime ban. So you got to keep your comments in there if you're going to troll. But it does count as one strike against you when you troll. So that's the other thing. We usually give 2 strikes. So you have 1. But we'll keep it there. Cable provider. Let's see. Oh, look at this, guys. We're so close. I just seen 5,799 subscribers. We're one short of 5,800. So the channel is growing, which is awesome. I think at the end of this month, we will hit 6,000. Hopefully we'll hit 6,000 this month. And then we will probably have a meetup. With this, we missed the 5,000 meetup, but I think we will have a meetup for 6,000. Okay, we gave you 2 strikes. We gave you 2 strikes. We got to kick you. We got to kick you. I gave you 1 chance. What I don't understand, let me just explain before I kick them. You guys know you're going to get kicked, right? Why do you play the long game and drag it on? So this is what I don't understand. If you guys want to be a troll and get kicked out, you know you're going to get kicked out. Why not save your time and my time and just not come in or just get kicked in your first message? So you drug it on, said, "Oh, chill, I'm not going to delete it." And now you get kicked. But why? Why waste over both of our time? But so since I have the ability to kick you, I always get the last message. So boom. Karaoke. Fluffy wants to do karaoke. I don't remember doing karaoke sober, so it's been a long time since I do karaoke, but I think Fluffy loves karaoke. What did you make, Fluffy?
Lime juice.
Lime juice.
I do that dance.
Oh my God, Fluffy made lime juice. Now she thinks she's making stuff. We demolished this.
Try it.
Fluffy's got to do dishes. Let's put this away. We still have some of our yogurt. Ooh, technically,
That's like a tartar sauce.
And then we still have our yogurt back there. You see our 2 big containers of yogurt? We still got our yogurt. What time is it, Fluffy? I need to start my caramel. I need to start the... Ooh. the caramel. I don't know if that the small pot won't fit.
Oh, you have to.
And we don't even have the small pot. Fluffy did not come through. She did not wash any of our pots for our. Fluffy was doing bad. I just feel like I'm terrible doing karaoke sober. I just feel when I years and years ago when I did karaoke when I was drinking, it feels like when I was drunk I used to know the words, even though I probably didn't, but it felt like I knew the words. Now I'm gonna get up there and do karaoke and not know the words and look like oops, accidentally hit that one. Karaoke, but I think what we'll do is we'll have a 6,000 meetup because for one, we'll celebrate the 6,000, and for two, Fluffy will be leaving. So we'll kind of combine those two into one meetup. We'll combine those two into one meetup. Let me read your message. Give me 1 second. If we plan to stay there forever, then how can one live like this when we're like really older? I'm trying to wonder what you're talking. Are you probably talking about the visa situation? Let me try this. Fluffy, that's pretty tart.
Huh?
It's pretty tart. Netflix hack. Fluffy, there's a Netflix hack.
Yeah, Mark was telling me about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just YouTube. Long movies and YouTube.
Long movies and YouTube.
Did they start the water?
Yeah, Fluffy. What was I gonna say? The old age. I'm assuming you're talking about old age of doing the bus run. That is gonna be a thing. So that's gonna be the thing. But instead of doing the bus run, assuming you have a little more money, you would probably do a flight and probably fly out of the country for 3 to 7 days. That would be my option, I guess. Okay, so on that question, so you're a little bit more specific. So, two things. You would keep your apartment here, right? So you would keep your apartment that you live in Vietnam, and you would either go do the bus run and come back the same day, which means no big deal, or you would fly to a Bangkok or a Kuala Lumpur, stay there for 3 to 7 days, and then you would come back after you got your new e-visa after 3 or 4 days. So either you would be gone for half a day to do the bus run, or you'd be gone for like 3 to 5 to 6 days if you do the flight, but you would leave everything in your apartment. That's what we do. That's what we do when we do visa runs. So it's easy on that aspect. Now the only issue that comes in is if you're going to move out of your apartment with all your stuff, then yes, then you got to lug your stuff around. But we have never, so remember, I've done 4 visa runs this year. We've never moved out of this place. So all I do is I take a backpack and I take some lunch, my charger and stuff like that on the bus run. But I'm leaving at 6 in the morning, and then I get back at 6 at night. So that part's easy. But a lot of people don't want to do the bus run. So if you have a little bit more money, meaning probably about $100 to $200 extra dollars. Yes, Fluffy, but you got to lay them on sideways. Let's show you guys how we make our world's famous caramel. So all you do is put a can of condensed milk. You don't open it. Don't.
Smart for the other.
Yeah, Smart gave us another one. I can't thank you for which one because I don't know which one they are now.
Thank you.
The sticker is off. But all you do, Fluffy has it up way too high. What I do is you'll let this boil. I used to do it for 3 hours, but I do it for closer to 4 hours now. All you got to do when the water evaporates and it goes down a little, you just top it up with a little bit more water so that these cans are below the water. And that's it. After 4 hours, you turn it off. Do not open it after the 4 hours. Let it sit either overnight or put it in your refrigerator. And then I usually wait till the next day to open it. But this will be the most greatest amazing caramel. I'll show you. I'll show you guys the tiny, tiny, tiny bit of caramel that we have left right here. And this caramel is awesome. It's thick, and it's the best tasting caramel I've ever made in my life. And it's literally the cheapest, easiest caramel that I've ever made in my life. Caramel sometimes, especially the store-made stuff, is actually expensive. Okay, where's our container? Maybe I put this in a container. We have so many containers now. Let's put our chicken in the container. There we go. So, this is the leftover chicken that we have. So we still didn't even use all that chicken. That's good for tomorrow. We got these. Let's plug the 10,000 VND store. We got 10 of these containers that look like this. 10 of these containers for guess how much, guys? I'll let you guys guess. 10 of these at the 10,000. No, I know you guys are going to say 10,000. But technically the 10,000 store is not everything for 10,000. It's just called that. But we got 10 of these exact containers. You guys know how much we paid? It's tart. It's tangy. So, how much do you guys think we paid? 20K? Good guess. No, we paid 50K for 10 of these. So they're basically 5,000 a piece, or $2 for a total of 10 of these. But they're awesome because we do need these all the time. Look at it. It looks like Mark had some. That's what he gave us right there. I don't know where he got it. He got the exact same containers that we got. Look at this.
Remember?
Where's our other one? Where's our round one?
Remember you put...
Oh, our round one has the yogurt in it. 50,000, so exactly $2 US for 10 of those. Let me wash my hands. Oh, fluffy, 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 fluffy. We didn't go out tonight. We went out today, but that's it. All you guys do is turn this on, let this cook for about 3.5 hours minimum, and that's it. All you do is just check to make sure that the water is topped off. You don't even really have to turn the can over or nothing. It's set it and forget it for 3 hours. Is it morning there? No, it is 8:55 Monday night in Vietnam. Lot Mart for 34. Oh, that you got a better deal depending on how many you got. We paid 50K for 10. I need them. Might go get them. But how much is a container from another store? I am not sure. Let me zoom in. Let me make this a little bit clearer.
Thanks for your stash.
A stash. They are cheaper. Yeah, it looks like they're cheaper, especially if you get 10. You could buy individual ones at the 10,000 store, but they weren't that good of a price. That 10-pack was the best one.
How much did we buy the 10-pack?
50,000. So basically 5,000 each.
Yeah.
Mark said he got those for 34,000.
But maybe...
So 30% cheaper.
Lot.
But he went to Lot Mart. So those...
34
10.
Oh,
So it's a better deal if you're over there. Now, it wouldn't make sense if you just drive over there to get it because you're going to pay the grab cost. But if you're already over in that neighborhood or you're going to Lot Mart anyways, then I would suggest picking it up there. If you guys are going to be in An Thuong and don't want to pay grab just to go get that, then get it at the 10,000. But if not, grab that the next time you guys are at Lot Mart Mall. Yeah, I'm American. I am. Fluffy's not American, but I'm American. That's why I have a Sacramento Kings hat on. I'm American, but we are living in Vietnam. Did you get 10 of the flat ones and then 10 of the round ones? It looks like because you gave us some of the round ones and the flat ones. So I'm assuming you got 10 round ones and 10 flat ones or square ones. Ugh. That's what I'm assuming. Oh, I can't show the YouTube because remember they kicked us off last time when we showed you.
That looks like Dale.
That looks like Dale. That looks like Dale. What if the person gets so old that they can't move? Yes, I get that. I understand that part. That is a concern. But let me ask you this question. If you were in the USA in the same situation, what would you do? So I'm sure in that situation, a lot of people here will hire a caretaker to come take care of you. But what would you do in the USA? What would be your option to do that in the USA if you were under that same situation? 10 of each. That's what I figured you got. What would you do in the USA under that same situation? So whatever you would probably do in the USA, you could do out here, but probably at a cheaper price. That's the thing. This isn't in our culture to live away from our parents. Oh, in India, a lot of Asian cultures live with their parents forever. Opposite here. Opposite here. In America, you usually get the hell out of your parents' house when you're 18 and you go live somewhere else. Pay $1,000 oh, I thought you were talking about out here. Probably in the USA. Get an old age home? I don't think you would do that. What I think you would do is you would hire a local here or some kind of agency that would come take care of you at your house. I know a guy, I think he's 69. He just broke his shoulder and he's in Colombia. So what he did is he pays this lady to come by and take care of him practically every single day. And I think he was paying her $15 or $20. She gives him a bath. She has to put on his clothes, everything, because he broke his shoulder and he can't lift it up. So that's like what, 500, 600 bucks a month. So you could do that. Oh, he lives in Ohio. Well, I'm from California, but I've been out here in Vietnam for over a year and a half now. Yeah, he's 69, but he just broke his shoulder. He left Da Nang, went to Colombia, checked into a hotel, slipped because they had like a step or whatever you guys want to call that going into the bathroom. He tripped and like broke his shoulder, but I think he broke it bad because they said he had to have a shoulder replacement where they put something like a plastic shoulder in there. So he really did a number on himself. Deborah, what's up? What's up? Man, we talked to you the last time. I think you were going to Ho Chi Minh last time. Fluffy is still here too. Yeah, I think the last time, I think we were in Dong Hoi or Hue, and you were mentioning you were going to Ho Chi Minh, I think it was. Yeah, and you're going to find a caretaker out here a lot cheaper, a lot cheaper. That would be my option. Now, I think, so for the visa part, you would either take the flight to Bangkok or Kuala Lumpur and just stay there for a few days. You would probably take your caretaker with you, I'm assuming, or something. Or you could do the bus run, which you get up at 6 in the morning, you sit on a bus, and then you come back. The hardest part would be you do have to walk about 10 or 15 minutes from the Vietnam border to the Laos border. But I have heard that if people have injuries, that you can get on the back of a motorbike with somebody, like the Grab guys, and they'll bring you point to point at the border station. The Fluffster. The Fluffster. There's another guy called Dale that watches my channel, Fluffy. But his name is Travel with Dale.
He watches your channel?
Yeah, he just commented on one of my videos.
Fluffy, remember he has a big channel?
Travel with Dale?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Remember we watched him?
I don't remember this picture. This is him.
Oh no.
See, Fluffy.
I was
Fluffy
thinking-
oh yeah, this kid. She's like a Chihuahua. She's like a no, Fluffy. That's the other guy, Dale something.
Yeah.
The guy from like Ireland.
Yeah.
No, not the same guy. Fluffy's always like a Chihuahua. That's my impression of Fluffy. In the USA, what did you say about the USA? Let me see. I missed that message. What do you guys think about my thumbnail? I made this on Canva. Very simple, but very nice and basic. The Fluffster. In the USA, the culture changed with the introduction of Social Security and then the growth of nursing home. Yes, we were just talking about this. Give me 1 second, New York. I'll answer your question. We were just talking about this. So we were on the Riverside, and I said Asians have a lot of kids, and they expect their kids to be their retirement option. So they have 5, 6, 7 kids, and they hope that one will be financially successful, and it's kind of expected that their kids will take care of them. In the USA, it's kind of the opposite. You go out at 18. What do they say? The bird has to go out there and flap his wings and learn how to live. That's the United States mentality. USA people, we leave the bird has to fly out of the nest. Not in Asia though. In Asia, a lot of places don't have Social Security and retirement. So people have kids to help them with the business. Like we went to the baby shop today, right? When we went into the baby shop, the kid was out of school. How old do you think that kid was, Fluffy?
Maybe 10.
So the kid was 10 years old, right? And he got the holiday off. So today's a holiday for schools. So he wasn't at home sleeping in or playing video games. He was the guy that was sitting at the cash register. He was actually ringing us up, and he was like 10 years old. So that's what happens. You get counted on. I'm not going to say their parents don't care about them or nothing, but kids are definitely seen as a asset. I guess that's the best word.
It's not Fluffy.
It is Fluffy.
Like
Fluffy will deny it.
Learning thing for kids.
In Asia, you're expected that at a certain point, you're going to come and you're going to take care of your parents. Where that's not a given in the USA. Situations happen. Some people do that, but it's not a given. In Asia, it's a given that some of the kids are going to take care of the family at the end of their life. Adapters, I'll show you which adapters I got. I only have 2 adapters. I have the 3-prong to the 2-prong. And this is the one that I would recommend because it's the simplest and the basic. I used to have a better one, but this one is like it's a travel university adapter. So almost anything will fit in here. And then you have a Europe plug, you have an Asian plug, and a USA and a Japan plug. So this is, I never used this one until now, but because, where is it, Fluffy? Where's that one that we need? Oh, because the waffle maker had this really weird 3-prong one. It came in handy. But besides that, I have not needed any other adapters besides the United States 3-prong into a 2-prong. Let me read. I missed some of your guys' messages. Great points. Thank you, Fluffy. Yeah, nowadays here in India, some couples want to live away from their parents as well. It's becoming more common, but still taking care of parents is believed as part of life. That's exactly what I'm talking about. In USA, it's not. In USA, your family raises you for 18 years and says, hey, it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to build a family. It's time for you to go out. Asian families are not like that. This is how I break it down. You guys can tell me I'm wrong. You guys tell me I'm wrong plenty of times. But Asian philosophy is, hey, I raised you as a kid. I'm going to let you stay here till you're married or whatever, 20, 25, 30. But guess what? The trade-off is when I'm 70 or 80 years old, I'm expecting my kids to take care of me. In the USA, we don't have that. In the USA, it's, hey, I raised you till you're 18. Legally, you're an adult. Get out. Go create your own life. And we're both on our own now. Parents are on their own. Kids are on their own. That's the basic philosophy. That's the philosophy. Now I wonder, two things that I've always wondered. If let's just say all countries all of a sudden had Social Security and retirement, would Asians have so many kids then? That's a great question. Also, if you were not allowed, put it this way, if you were not either allowed to have kids working at a young age, or you can't regulate this obviously, but this is a hypothetical question. So if you said, if you have a kid, you could not depend on them at the end of your life to take care of you. You can't do that. Would Asians have less kids? That's a great debate that never could be answered because you hypothetically couldn't answer that. But I always think of stuff like that in the back of my mind. I wish the world, here's what I honestly wish. I wish the world was on one system in that.
Sorry, guys.
I wish the world was on one system, meaning everybody followed the same thing. Either let's get on board and have it where, yeah, you'll end up taking care of your family at the end, or let's not. So that means Americans won't be pushed out of the house at 18, but guess what? Now their commitment is to take care of their family then. Instead, we have two systems. We have a system where I would love the idea. Back in my time, I couldn't wait to get out of the house at 18, though. So for me, I was desperately trying to get out of the house. But financially, it would have been an amazing move for me. I would have loved, I would have saved up insane amounts of money if I would have stayed at my parents' house till 25 or 30 years old, and I would have worked that whole time and just saved all that money. I would have been able to buy a house at 25 years old. But in America, we want our freedom. Can you imagine, hey, I'm going to bring this lady over, we're going to watch Netflix, and my mom's going to be taking the garbage out next to me.
Like that.
That's, if you don't have a car, if you live with your parents in the USA after 18, it's not looked at the same way that being Asian living with your parents are. I heard a lot of kids' response to it that it's not fair to them because they didn't ask to be born. Yeah, I agree. No one asked to be born. So if you technically go by an American legal law sense, no one asked to be born. So it's like, hey, I didn't be asked to be born. That's exactly what I'm saying. So kids were always looked at, except for in the Western world practically, kids were looked at as an asset. That's just how it works. An asset either to help run the business, an asset either at the end of your life to take care of you, or an asset of, hey, we had 6 kids. I bet you one of them's going to get a good job. That one that gets a good job is going to take care of us and send us some money. But that's just not a thing in the USA. I did not. Tribal Africa still practices having many children because it's the mortality rate. That's crazy, especially in the year 2025. Now, I'm not going to say I agree or disagree with it, but for having kids so that you can take care of yourself financially is kind of debatable. But to have it because you're just like, hey, there's so many kids that die that we got to have 10 to make sure 5 of them survive. Sometimes kids are planned though. I know some people that really, really like, oh, we're gonna have a kid. We're really trying to have a kid, but I think most cases people either want to have a kid and it kind of happens and they're just kind of like, okay, that's good. But there is a few people that say like, hey, we're trying right now. We want to have a kid right now. Like, so there's some people like that. More farmhands. But that's the thing. We're in the year 2025. There's no farmhands anymore. Besides, in these, you guys get mad when I say third world countries, developing countries. But I hate saying developing because what country is not developing? Even the United States is developing. So I hate that word developing. I hate the word developing countries. Because if you're not a developing country, then you're a country that's falling backward. So it doesn't make sense to call them developing countries. Fluffy, where is my... Ooh, I don't have my bat. I don't have my cord, though. Developing. It might be regressing, possibly, but overall it's still developing in the financial aspect, in the clean water, in the law. There is corruption, no doubt, in the USA, but it's less corrupt in a lot of other ways. Tribal, still tribal. Ferdinand Charlie, what's up, buddy? What is up? We're going to check on that caramel in a second. Still, so what time do we put that on? We put that on about 9. So our caramel will probably be done about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, right before we go to bed. There's the guy again. Remember we did on the, remember the guy that was with us on the Visa bus run? He kept saying, say a car for an edit. And I was like, say a car for an edit? What does that mean? I have no clue what that means. So... no clue what that means. Say a car for edit. No clue what that means. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not saying the USA doesn't do it, but it was hundreds of years ago. That's what if you guys went back to the year 1300, 1400, 1500, kids were not looked at as like, hey, we're going to raise a kid, we're going to go buy him toys, and we're going to toss them up in the air and give them hugs. No, kids were used to be labor. They were mini workers. That's what a lot of kids were born in the world to be. What's up, Zorro? The day you turned 18. Wow. I didn't get out till I was like 21, I think. 21 or 22. And I felt like I stayed way, way too long. I remember I would go over like to friends' houses and I'd be like 20 or 21. And like, they'd say like, hey, let's go to your house or something. I'd say, hey man, I live at home. It's embarrassing back then, especially if you're like with your friends or women. It was very, very crazy to do that. Oh, I can't go home. I live with my parents. Bumblebee. Is that a car? Never heard of that car. I know it's an insect. Thousand years. A 1,000 years is... assuming the world's still around in 1,000 years, it would have to be a night and day difference. Because just look, what was the world like in 1225? 1,000 years behind us was 1225. I mean, there wasn't even electricity 1,000 years ago. There wasn't even electricity more than what, 100 and something years ago? So, back in those times. No, someone mentioned a car. That was about it. Child labor laws has to be passed. Stop of abuse of child labor. What was the generation of What was going on? That's a good question. Let's ask AI. What was going on in the year 2025? What was going on in the world in the year 1225? Let's give you the high detail. Oh, the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan assigned to lead a campaign against the Tanguts. The Mongols crossed the desert and advanced into western Jia. Delhi Sultanate. Europe. The Emperor Frederick II took an oath to embark on the Sixth Crusade and sent knights to the Levant. He married Queen Yolanda. In England, King Harry III restored the charter of the forest, allowing free men to travel the forest, resourcing grazing, firewood, and fuel. Vietnam, the Lai dynasty ended after 216 years with the enthronement of the Tran Tai Tong, marking the beginning of the Tran dynasty. What was the most highest levels of technology at that time? What's crazy is Mitzi knows all these like details about the child workers. He's got probably like a child labor business going on somewhere that he ain't telling us. He's like, yeah, the kids got small hands. They know exactly how to pick this coffee and that coffee. Water mills and windmills. So windmills and water mills were the form of technology back then. Mechanical clocks. So they did have mechanical clocks. Shipbuilding and navigation. Okay. So they did have a little bit of technology back then. They did have some technology. Did have some technology back then. It was a time when India was the richest. That's what made the British come here. Very interesting. That was 1,000 years ago. So that was in the year 1225. So they had shipbuilding, mechanical clocks. That's still pretty good. If you think 1,000 years ago, that's still pretty good in my opinion. So what will the... Let's do this. Let's play a hypothetical game. So that was 1,000 years ago. Let's play a hypothetical game and assume or estimate what kind of technology we would have in 1,000 years from today's date. Let's see. That would be the year 3025. So here's what they're saying. Interstellar civilization. Humanity has colonized other planets and maybe even other galaxies. Advanced propulsion systems allows for faster than light travel, perhaps using warp drives or wormhole manipulation. Mind conscious and tech. Neural augmentations merge seamlessly with AI, giving people instant access to infinite knowledge and skills. Digital immortality. Conscious can be uploaded, allowing people to live in virtual worlds or inhabit synthetic bodies. Telepathic communication. Advanced brain interfaces eliminate the need for spoken languages. AI has also evolved beyond human level and functions more like an independent species. AI-driven planetary architects can reshape entire landscapes and ecosystems at will. Floating cities, anti-gravity, and self-repairing buildings become normal. Megastructures like space elevators and even artificial planets exist. Limitless health and biology. Medical technology eliminates all diseases and significantly extends human life. Genetic reprogramming allows humans to adapt to different planetary environments. Perfect sustainability. The entire planet runs on limitless clean energy, from controlled nuclear fusion or harness quantum fields. Waste is completely eliminated thanks to JV Joe. No, it doesn't say that there. Everything is recycled at molecular level. Climate control tech lets us stabilize weather patterns globally. So supposedly, that's what the world's going to look like in 1,000 years from now. I appreciate it, Bill. I appreciate it. Actually, speaking of, let's see if we hit. Remember, we were at 5,700. Let's see if we did we gain one more subscriber. Let's update. Did we hit the 5,800 mark? Yes, we did. Boom, boom, boom. Thanks to whoever the 2 people were. Thank you, guys. So, 5801. We're 199 subscribers away, guys. 199 away from 6,000. So if you guys enjoy the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. We usually do a daily live stream. I usually try to get 2 to 3 uploaded videos up per week. The more subscribers causes the more views. The more views means the more revenue I make, which means I can get closer and closer to breaking even on what I pay to live out here and to make more videos and more travel videos. So please, if you guys can, subscribe, watch the videos, add the views, do whatever it takes, share, like, subscribe, and help the channel grow. I appreciate it. So 1,000 years from now, that's what AI says. Very interesting. That was, I asked Bing Copilot to take the past 1,000 years of technology and estimate using the same logic of how 1,000 years grew from then to now to create what their estimation of what 1,000 years would be from then. Evan A just came out with a new video, Living Like a Royalty in Danang. I need to speak to Evan. We were supposed to do another video. I'm glad you mentioned that because I will message him probably as soon as we get off here. Me and Evan need to do another video. I watched a great show, a great series. I recommend you guys go watch it. I think it was on Netflix. I think it was called Upload or Uploaded. And it was this guy died, and like he was one of the first people ever. They asked him if he wanted to upload his memory to this virtual world after he died because he was brain dead or something like that. And his family decided that they would do it. And it was on Netflix. It was like a Netflix series. It was actually a great show. And it kind of scared me because it seemed like it could be real. Not real at the time, but could be a future thing that can develop. I appreciate it. I want to say your name correctly. Shay Igamar. Fluffy doesn't know how to pronounce it either.
Gamer. Shahi Gamer.
Shahi Gamer. Uploaded.
Shahi Gamer.
That was a very interesting series. I'm not a big guy that watches series, but that was one of the few series that I watched. And I actually...
Breaking Bad.
No, it's called Uploaded or Upload. It was very, very interesting. The guy basically, he got into a car accident, and I think he was brain dead or something where he was on the borderline of pulling the plug on him. And like his family, I think it was, decided that they would upload his memory into this like virtual retirement home. But he goes there into a new body, and his mind is there, and he gets like... The worst part about it was he still had to pay a fee. So like every month, if his family didn't pay it, he would get like less minutes to be free and stuff. It was very, very interesting. If you guys get a chance, watch it. Shaggy. Oh, Shaggy. Are you Shaggy the singer? I don't remember if it wasn't, I don't think it was his wife. It was his girlfriend at the time. And I think she was the one that like chose to put him in there. It was something like that. I would have to watch it again, but it was a very, very interesting series. It's on Netflix. It's probably still on there. I think I wanted to see season 2, but I think every time I went to go check for season 2, it wasn't uploaded yet. The show uploaded wasn't uploaded, but maybe I'll check that out. Maybe I'll try to see it. I've been looking for a good two-bedroom forever, all areas inside the city. They are crazy. So what we're paying here at this place, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, right? We are paying 14 million as of today. If you negotiate, you can get good deals. I'm not sure what your negotiation or how much you found places for, but this place as we sit today is 14 million, but that includes electricity, Wi-Fi, rent, water, everything. Yeah, he fell in love with the lady that was like the operator. I remember that. That was the interesting part. Yeah, he fell in love with the lady that was like the operator. What's up, Earl? Yeah, that was it. That was it. She was like the operator or something, and she was like, she's like the call center lady or something like that.
You have a towel in your bag.
I'm a chef.
No, that's like a taxi driver in the Philippines.
Taxi? Well, what do they do? What kind of cooking
like
are they
the
doing?
chimney driver, they do that, and then where they sweat, they do that.
This is not for sweat. This is for wiping your hands when you're cleaning. Yeah, that was a good series. I don't think I ever got around to watching season 2. Let me actually take a look. Let me see how many seasons there was. Netflix series called Uploaded. How many seasons did it have? 3 seasons. Another one. Man, I wish there's one other series that I watched. This must have been during COVID because I had a lot of free time. And like I said, I never watched series. One was called Uploaded, and another one was called...
I wonder if the Fire Stick has VPN.
I don't know, Fluffy. The other one was called Eureka. Go try to watch... I don't know if it was on YouTube or Netflix. No, it might have been on Amazon Prime.
Do you still have your Amazon Prime?
Yes, Fluffy. It was called Eureka. That was another good series that I watched. It was a little bit of a sci-fi one. Yeah, I didn't know they had 3. I kept trying to find the second one, and the second one was never out. But the other series you guys should check out was called Eureka. And it was about a guy that kind of stumbled into this CIA city. I think it was in Washington or Seattle or something, somewhere in that area. And he became a sheriff there. And it was a very, very interesting sci-fi series. I'm not a sci-fi guy, but that was a very good series too. Miles, what's up, buddy? Let me see. Is that our buddy Miles? Let me see. Give me 1 second. Eureka's in a town called Twin Pines. I think that might have been it. I think it was called Twin Pines. If that's the show that you're talking about. I don't know enough about the tariffs. The only thing I can say 100% is when the tariffs came out here, it saved me money because the dollar went up. So my rent dropped down like $10 US. So that's the only thing that I know about it. It's on Prime, not Netflix. Okay. Yeah, it was an Amazon Prime series. Yeah, watch the other series called Eureka. I really like that one. Eureka and what were we just talking about? Eureka and Uploaded were like 2 of the only TV series I ever watched every episode. Another one, watch... Damn, I must have watched so much TV during 2020 because it had to have been the same time. There was another one called Sneaky Pete. Did you guys hear of that show? Sneaky Pete? Sneaky Pete. I think this is all like 2020. That was a good show too. Let's check on this caramel. I know it's nowhere near being done, but let's just see if it needs more water. No, it doesn't. So this is the homemade caramel. All you have to do is just let it cook. You don't do anything but let it cook for, I like to do 4 hours. If you guys like a thinner, lighter colored caramel, like maybe a little sweeter and not as thick, do it at 3 hours. If you like the thicker, darker caramel, leave it for about 4 hours. And it's just titled Upload. There we go. Maybe I might have to watch that again. Fluffy, I don't think's ever seen that. Maybe we'll watch that. I'll show Fluffy some good movies. Let me go get my charging cable. You guys can watch Fluffy. She's always on her phone. Oh, Fluffy. Here we go. Let me plug this battery in. Maybe we'll watch Upload tonight or something. Oh, the yogurt. You didn't see the yogurt, Earl? We got to show you the yogurt. So, I will admit, the ricotta cheese part did not work. But let me show you, Earl. Let me show you our yogurt. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this, Earl. So we made a homemade herb yogurt sauce. Here's some of it right here. Fluffy used the other half for the sauce. And then here's the rest of it. So that's our yogurt. Look how thick it is. That's it. We got almost 2 of these containers. We had about 1.5 containers. Fluffy did use some of this to make a yogurt sauce. And it's actually pretty good. Look at how thick. It's like a Greek yogurt. So, yogurt came out very, very good. And actually, I'll show you the yogurt sauce that we made. This is the yogurt sauce that Fluffy made. An herb yogurt sauce out of some of the yogurt that we just showed you. Yeah, the yogurt was good. We made it for about $1.30 for almost 2 of these containers. But unfortunately, we tried to do the ricotta cheese with the whey today, and it did not work. So I don't know if it was my fault or something I did wrong or recipe was wrong or something, but the ricotta cheese did not come out. I wish it would have, but the yogurt came out awesome, 100%. Yogurt, 100% awesome. So the yogurt, I can't complain. And we will make ricotta cheese, but I'll do it a little bit differently next time. No rush for that, though. No rush for that. Upload. Upload is the name of that show. All right, Disoriented. Appreciate it. I think we'll probably stick around for a few more minutes, too. Shockingly, it's only 9:30. It feels much, much later. Let's see. Oh, Dennis the Menace died. Remember we were talking about Dennis the Menace not long ago? Were any of you guys in the live stream when we were talking about Dennis the Menace TV show, the black and white show? I guess he died today. Dennis the Menace. The one that was in the black and white TV show. You guys probably remember watching this. The Dennis the Menace cartoon. Remember the? But I used to watch every once in a while the Dennis the Menace black and white TV show. Dennis the Menace. I remember the black and white show, and I remember Dennis the Menace cartoon a little bit.
You're not supposed to be videotaping in here. I'm videotaping myself. You're not supposed to be videotaping in here. Why are you talking to me like that? Why are you talking to me like that? Do you know me? You like this with me or something? So natural. Don't tell what you want. Don't tell what you want. All you had to say was, no, you tried to videotape it. And that's what's recorded. I was like, okay. You said it. No, you said it. You said it. You said it. Not saying how I said it. Not just saying. Fuck you. Not just saying. Fuck you. Just saying.
I watched the black and white show too. I remember the black and white show. They'd be like, Mr. Wilson. I seen a few episodes of the cartoon, but actually I kind of like the. For some reason, I never liked black and white shows until I got older. Then I think my grandma was watching some old black and white movies and stuff like that, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, these black and white movies! Why the hell do people watch these things? Like, we got freaking color 30 years ago. Why the hell are you guys still watching black and white?" Then I watched a few black and white movies, and I was like, "Man, these are actually pretty good." So that was my wakening up to black and white shows. Probably my favorite overall black and white show is probably the Three Stooges. I can watch episode after episode after episode of the Three Stooges. I love the Three Stooges. They're so damn funny. How many episodes was there actually? How many episodes in total were there of the Three Stooges TV show? $192 episodes. I've probably seen at least half of those. Phil said you're curly. The black and white show. My Three Sons. Who's My Three Sons? My Three Sons? For some reason I kind of remember that name. But I'm pretty sure I never watched it. Yeah, that's before my time. 1960. This is probably Philip and his family. This is Philip. Philip's this one right here, holding the can of Spam. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think, I guess we're gonna wrap this up in a minute. We'll probably give it like the NFL. We'll give this a 2-minute warning. I'm trying to think if I have any other key points to mention. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the cooking show. Hopefully you guys seen the yogurt that was made. I will be editing tomorrow no matter what Fluffy says. Yeah, Philip retired in the 60s, the 1860s. Ah, it was a show that came on after Dennis the Menace. Maybe when I get off here, maybe I'll go watch some old shows. Maybe I'll watch some Dennis the Menace. Maybe I'll watch some Three Stooges. Maybe I will watch Upload. Maybe I will watch Eureka. Maybe we'll go do that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the cooking show. I don't know when we'll do another cooking show, but probably in the not too distant future. And we probably will go out to dinner tomorrow. So we'll probably have a dinner stream. I hope to have an uploaded video tomorrow. Hopefully, let's cross our fingers. But I think that's about it. Fluffy is too busy over there. But we are going to wrap this up. I'm going to keep an eye on my caramel. And once again, I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate all you guys watching. Hopes and futures, just to keep building the YouTube channel, just to keep the subscriber base going, to hopefully get to a point where the channel breaks even. That would be my hopes and my goals for this year. So that's what I would say, and that's what I would leave it at. Subscribers growing, views growing, revenue growing, and to break even. So that would be it. So hopefully you guys have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice day or nice night wherever you guys are at. It's 9:40 p.m. Vietnamese time, and I think that's it. So have a good night.